Your hair grows roughly 0.3 to 0.5 inches per month, and that speed is basically fixed. Okay, I don't care what YouTuber you saw that said, hey, here's 5 hacks to speed up your hair growth and make it grow thicker and fuller. So if you want to live in fairy tale land where you can just put all these different essential oils in your hair, take these sugar-filled, I'm sorry, but none of that is true, okay? Your genetics decide how much hair you can have, how thick it can be, and how long it can survive. So my goal for this video today is to show you exactly how to reach your genetic ceiling while growing out your hair. And the number one thing you must do to reach your genetic ceiling is you need to prevent hair loss. If you are someone who is genetically prone to hair loss, prevention is not optional. It is quite literally the difference between having most of your hair or watching it thin year after year while you are telling yourself, oh yeah bro, I'll just deal with it later. Whenever you have that mindset of, yeah, I'll just deal with it later, it's too late. Now, hair loss prevention is not going to make your hair grow faster. It's not going to create new follicles. All this means is you are stopping miniaturization, you are keeping your hair follicles alive, and you're going to be able to maintain that thickness before it's completely gone. Because yeah, once a follicle is dead, it's gone forever. And like I said earlier, timing is the most important thing. The earlier you catch it, the better. Do not put this off. Don't say, oh, I'll wait till later. Because trust me, this is what's going to happen. You'll notice you'll start shedding more than usual. Your hair comes back thinner. Your hair's density will quietly drop. And then one day you'll look at yourself in the mirror and be like, oh yeah, I'm losing my hair. And it's going to seem like so sudden to you, but really this was just years in the making. And hair loss prevention only works before your hair follicles cross the point of no return. So a big question you're probably asking yourself right now is, okay, well, how do I prevent hair loss? Am I currently losing my hair? Am I receding? Is my hair cooked? Well, I actually found this app called HairSnap, which I thankfully got to sponsor this video. And this app will tell you exactly how much your hair is receding and exactly what you need to do to prevent it. So once you get on the app, the first thing it tells you to do is set your goals. So I put stop recession and to increase my density. Then I took a 3D scan of my hair. I did the top, side, back, and then my hairline. Then I got my results, and come on, you already know, I run a hair channel. Of course, I have amazing results. My density is high. I have very high scalp health. And would you check out the recession analysis? It says hair loss type, none, stage 1, let's go. So yes, my results are great, but I want to make sure my results stay great. So luckily, HairSnap gives me this exact week by week routine that I need to do to prevent any recession or prevent any decrease in my hair's density. And look, I've tried so many different AI hair apps out there, and out of all of them, I can confidently say this is the most accurate one. So I'm going to leave a link in the description for HairSnap if you want to check it out. So the first step I gave you was to prevent your hair follicles. This step is to protect your actual hair shaft. Because once hair leaves your scalp, it is literally just dead protein. That means it cannot go and repair itself. It can't adapt. It can't get stronger. The damage is permanent. So every bad habit that you do to your hair stacks. And the bad habits that you do can destroy your hair's density. This is why the second thing is so important, because step number 1 is teaching you how to have healthy hair follicles. But if you don't do step number 2, your hair never gets as long as you want it to. It looks super thin at the ends, and it can lose that perimeter density. So this is why people think they're thinning when they're actually not. So the number 1 thing most guys do that is damaging their hair is mechanical damage. And this can take many forms, like aggressively brushing your hair, yanking knots, brushing your wet hair roughly, aggressive towel rubbing, or wearing super tight hats or beanies. And the funny thing is, most guys will do this daily and never connect it to thinning. But this alone will thin out your hair and ruin your grow out. And the second way you're damaging your hair is heat damage. Okay, if you are someone who is growing out their hair and you like to use a blow dryer, that is completely valid because, you know, longer hair takes quite a while to dry on its own. But if you're not using a heat protectant, you are literally cooking your hair. Now, heat doesn't destroy your hair immediately, but it does make it super fragile. So this is why step 2 matters so much, especially for you guys growing out your hair, because with long hair, you are accumulating that damage for months or even years. And long hair will show some thinning at the ends first, unlike short hair. So this is exactly why long hair guys worry about density. Now, the third step you need to do to max out your genetic ceiling is to calm your scalp. This just means keeping your follicles in a normal growth environment. So let me tell you what an uncalm scalp will do to your hair. Your hair will shed earlier than it should, your growth phase will shorten, your follicles become less efficient, and DHT damage will accelerate. Now, having an uncalm scalp doesn't directly cause hair loss, but it definitely speeds it up. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. So you need to make sure you are not doing anything that causes scalp inflammation. And the biggest sign that you do have an inflamed scalp is dandruff. And no, dandruff does not mean just a dry scalp. It is actually an inflammatory condition driven by yeast and oil. And the second sign you have an uncalm scalp is you have this chronic itch and you're constantly scratching your scalp. So if you're chronically scratching your scalp, you are just damaging your hair follicles every time, which then increases inflammation. And people don't realize that this can cause some pretty serious damage long term. So what you need to do to calm your uncalm scalp is to wash your hair enough just to stay comfortable. That means ignore any rigid schedule. Don't be like, oh, I have to wash my hair Monday, Wednesday, Friday. No, just wash your hair whenever it feels itchy, when it feels greasy, and when there's just obvious buildup. That will make things significantly better for your scalp. And the second thing you need to do is, if you are someone with dandruff, like I said previously, is you need to be washing your hair with a ketoconazole shampoo or a selenium sulfide, not scalp massages, not some weird apple cider vinegar BS thing you saw on TikTok. Okay, it's not gonna work. Use the things that are actually effective. And if you do all of these things that I mentioned in this video, you will get as close as you possibly can to your genetic ceiling while growing out your hair. I will see y'all in the next one.